everyone. Welcome. I'm Dottie, Stitching Scotty, and I would like to welcome you to Flosstube number 109. Okay, today we have finishes, anyone. That's a shock, isn't it? Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I would like for you to hit the subscribe and the like button if you see something you enjoy, if you hadn't subscribed already. And I just want to thank those that keep coming back for more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Okay, believe it or not, I have two finishes. Holy cow. And I'm talking fully finished objects. So here we go. And where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Okay. All right, now, I know everybody's going to look and go, what? It's Christmas. Well, I found this one when I was finishing something, and this is Best Witches to you. And I forgot I had not finished it for Halloween. I was so irritated with myself. But this is on 10 count Chula, and it uses 3 strands over 1 count of material. And this is really good if you can't, if you have problems with your vision with cross stitch. It's real good to stitch on at night because it's large. So anyway, it came as a kit. It's shepherd's bush, and I think it even included the floss. I really do. But I know the button was in there and the material. So anyway, this is my finish. And this was a little frame, and I pop it in and out. And I just picked up this frame like at, I have no clue. But I want to say probably Sandy's Cross Stitch on the Go several years ago. But anyway, I like it. And it's something cute, and I'll have it for next Halloween. So go figure. I'm telling you, who would have thought? But the reason I ran into it was because I also, and I just flipped it out of the frame and put this in, found snow. And I thought, oh, wouldn't this just be so cute? It says snow for all. And the little snowman's got a little heart, and we've got a little mitten hanging from the branch of his arm, and little snowflakes. And this is also on 10 count Chula, and it uses 3 strands over 1. And I used all the call for colors because, yet again, this was also a kit from Shepherd's Bush. So, yeah, this is really good. But I really like Shepherd's Bush patterns. They're really neat, and these were very quick stitches, and they just pop in and out of the little frame I got. So 2 finishes. I would have had more, but I had to do some painting, and it didn't dry as quick as I thought it was going to do. So yeah, there you go. But anyway, finally got something done, even if one of them was Halloween. Somebody says, I knew she'd get some Halloween in there somewhere, but Christmas is my favorite holiday. All right, next we've got works in progress, okay? All right, this was a Slim Pickens stitching week, let me tell you. It was busy. It's you know, Christmas is almost upon us, and there's work, and then there's all these extra things I have to do, and yeah, so there you go. But anyway, this is Country Cottage Needleworks, ho ho ho, and away we go. All right, now I know this is not my Whip Go project for this month, but this was last month's project, and I'll be darned if I wasn't going to get my 1,000 stitches in. So I was able to, where is the darn thing at? Oh, here it is. It was number 24. I needed 1,000 stitches on my Whip Go board, and I got it. So I was able to cross that one off also. So here it is on Fabrics by Stephanie. And if you watched my Flossmas, you've probably already seen this one. But I got more done on another building, and hopefully by next year it might be done. This is on 28 count chalkboard, or slate, I mean, Fabrics by Stephanie. Okay, and I used 2 strands of all the call for threads and over 2. So I'll probably not stitch on this one anymore because I have other things that are, you know, asking for my attention. But this did use 3 DMCs, black, old gold, and some light peach. But the rest of it's all classic Colorworks thread. And I've really enjoyed stitching on it. Okay, and it's in my little bag from Dot Dot Goose. So here we go. Got that one. All right, okay, and the next thing, oh yeah, Whip Go. What is Whip Go? That is a bingo card that you make at the beginning of every year. And Jessie Marie Does Stuff has a Facebook group where she explains it, and she has a video that she does at the beginning of the year. She has all kinds of forms that you can download where you don't have to make this tacky board like I did, but this was quicker. So that's what I did. And I like markers, so there you go. But anyway, I think I'm probably going to do Whip Go again next year, but I'm going to put a little twist on it in a couple of places because I did not like having to stitch Halloween 2 projects now at Christmas. No, that was not good. I'm going to have to give me like a little out or something. So in the meantime, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be stitching for next year. Okay. All right. Next, we have, yeah, we do. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, Rudolph and Friends. Well, guess what? It was not a whip until now. And it's not much of a whip because it had to be a new start. Because I went to go pick up some projects for my Flossmas, and I was like, that's a video that I do every day from December 1st till December the 25th, and it talks about, it's just a real short little thing, and it talks about nothing but Christmas. We have Christmas trivia, and I have, right, days 1 through 12, I had the Carolina Cross Stitcher Advent box, the 12 days of Christmas. The only thing is I know that's not the 12 days of Christmas. I know they're December 25th through January 6th, but I'm not going to be available part of that time. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do mine early. So then another box came, and it was late, but that was okay. And that was the Nice List box. So I've been opening that also, and it's got 25 days. And they've both been very nice boxes. Then somebody gifted me the Stitchy box. And so I have 3 boxes. It has 25 days also. So right now I'm just opening 2 boxes every day on my Flossmas. It's really kind of fun. So you have to check in and see the Christmas stitching and past Christmas finishes. Yeah. So anyway. All right. So we're doing, oh, here it is. Okay. In my Garon bag. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Ronnie. You did a great job. And I didn't think I would like these Velcro bags, but you know, this is really strong Velcro, and they're really nice. So anyway, this one's called Rudolph and Friends, and I got this one when I went to Dying to Stitch, and it's by Brenda Gervais of With My Needle and Thread. Isn't he cute? So of course, more white stitching. And I started on the snowman. Oops, that's the graph. We don't want to show that. I'm stitching on 36 count Winter Brew that I got from R&R Fabrics up in at Dying to Stitch. Pat and Ann are just really, really nice, and their fabric is beautiful. Oh, here it is. Okay, and it uses DMC and some Weeks Dye Works. So it's just really, really a cute, cute thing. But this is the most pitiful start ever because I didn't have any time. Now, you've got to realize, not much Christmas shopping is done. Working a lot, and yeah, just busy. So anyway, that's it. He has a head and part of a neck, half a head and part of a neck. So there you go. Hopefully we'll see some more done on him because I am in the Christmas mood and I wanted to stitch more. But you know, you have to stay awake to stitch. And I'm only using 1 thread, which I left it hanging here, so I can pick up where I left off. And, you know, it saves time. All right. So, and that's 1 strand over 2 threads. Okay. All right. Oops, that was not good. I don't know why I'm having a problem here today, but it's just not smooth like it usually is. Okay, and the next thing I stitched on, so that was a new start. This was not a new start. This was the Snow Cardinal from Glendon Place. And this is an oldie but a goodie pattern because it has an actual photograph on here. Isn't that pretty? Look at that snow scene. Now, I know everybody that's having snow right now is like, no, it's not pretty. I don't want to see any more snow. But anyway, I like the little bunnies and all the cute little animals and the birds that have gathered, you know, in the snow. Now, I'm doing this one on 28 count Fabric Flare Bridesmaid. And if you've seen my Flossmas, you've seen this one. But I'm going to show it again for those of you that don't watch my Flossmas. And isn't this tree just gorgeous? Now, this tree is done with one strand of Wildflowers Caron threads. And it's just really, really, really pretty. They come in 36 yard. They're hand-dyed cotton. And this is what the color looks like. Look at that variegation. Isn't that beautiful? And this is on 28 count, and it's one strand over 2 threads with the Caron. Now, there's some DMC in here, and I'll be using 2 strands. Then we also have Treasure Braid from Rainbow Gallery, and it's Petite Treasure Braid, and it's PB10. That's the color number. 3 of these I had to buy. So this is going to be interesting because I'm like, oh, not real big on metallic thread, even though I do know how to use metallic thread. When you start and you thread your needle with it, this is a little tip that I learned in Embroiderers Guild of America, or EGA. What you want to do, and I probably got it in the American Needlepoint Guild too, which is A&G, because I used to belong to both of them until we don't have them anymore here. But anyway, you take your needle, you thread it. Most of the time you have to use a needle threader because if you don't, it kind of shreds it. And what you do is you take just a dab of clear nail polish and dab the end so it doesn't fray like this. See that? Wait, let's do it like that, okay? Can you see that? Because at the end, when you work it, it starts fraying and fraying and fraying. Now, you can also make a little slip knot at the eye of the needle if you want to. But usually when I do that, I don't have any problem. And then when you finish, you know, I mean, you're not going to have nail polish in your piece or anything. Of course, you're going to let it dry. But then you can stitch and no fraying, nothing. So, tried and true. It really works. So, hopefully, that will help some of y'all that do not like stitching with metallic threads. It really works good on that DMC metallic stuff because, boy, that stuff's a real booger sometimes. Okay. All right. So now we have another new start because, yet again, I needed another whip for my Flossmas. So what I did was I'm doing this hands-on design Secret Santa ornaments. And I picked out Jingle All the Way as my third ornament to do. And I just thought he was very happy little Santa Claus. And he had little bells every which way. And I was looking at that green hat and the beard. And I was like, yeah, look at those cute little boots. So anyway, so I picked this one. And I'm doing it on the Fabric by Stephanie 32 count Vintage Tiffany. And there's a button pack from Just Another Button Company. I got that. And then she uses Weeks Dye Works and Chronic Braid number 4 in a couple of colors. And, well, 4 colors, excuse me. And everything else is Weeks Dye Works. So I'm using all the call for threads. And another big start. I fell asleep. There he is. If you watch my Flosstube, Flossmas, you'll have seen him too. Because there's this little band on his hat, his little face, and the white on the bottom is his little beard, part of it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I now have another whip. Let's put it this way. By the end of this month, I will have 25 Christmas whips. But does it bother me? No. That means I've got to start it so I can finish it, you know. So there you go. Okay. The next thing I have is another new start. Yay! And it's also a new pattern to me. And I think this is a new pattern because it says 2022. And this is from Colorado Cross Stitcher. Now, she has an online shop and she also has a Flosstube. So be sure and look her up. And this is the little pattern. It was in my 12 Days of Christmas box. In the meadow. And it says, in the meadow, we can build a, and it's got a little snowman down there with a little birdie on his head. I got all the wooden buttons with it. I got a bunch of the floss in the box. The only thing I had to provide was the fabric. And I looked at that and I was like, you know, the white just doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to try something. I found a piece of natural linen, which I kind of like natural raw linen. And so I started his little hat. I was stitching in the car today. So the road was very bumpy. So I didn't get, it was under construction. Because, you know, we're doing road construction here in South Carolina everywhere. And then we had to get out and shop. So it was like, ooh, yeah. So that's all I got done of that. And I haven't had time since I got home to do anything. But this is going to be a really quick stitch because all I have to do is stitch the border, the outline, and the snowman. So this might be one less whip by the end of the month. Or even before Christmas. And this is on 28 count natural raw linen, and I'm using 2 strands over 2, and it uses Classic Colorworks. And believe it or not, I had every one of them but one. Can you believe it? I'm telling you. Okay. It's like Murphy's Law. So I had 3 new starts this week, 2 finally finished objects, and 2 whips. And one of them was a finish of my goal, meet my goal at Whip Go. But I still have 5 empty blocks. So we're not in good shape. So I think because I've got that many empty blocks, I'm just going to toss the Halloween for this month and keep stitching Christmas. Yeah. So, okay. All right, now let's talk about our designer of the week. Okay, I didn't have a designer of the week last week because we talked about the Jingle Ball. But anyway, this week, the lady's name is Marina, and her best friend Victoria. I know they're overseas. It just doesn't say where they're from. But this is called, their website is called Cross Stitching for Fun. Well, it's not website. It's not Etsy. They do Inspire Uplift. And I will link that below. Okay? And it says that she's been cross-stitching and inventing patterns since her childhood. And this one is Mary. Oh, good grief. Love technology. I'm telling you. One of these days. This is Christmas Hedgehog. Isn't that cute? Just love it. Okay. And then this one is Variegated Love, Joy, Love, Peace Christmas Tree. And the good thing about these is you buy them and you can instantly download them and start stitching. I like all this reds and blacks and stuff. And if you don't like red and black, here's a blue violet snowflake Christmas tree. Isn't that pretty? And it says Merry Christmas. Okay, then we have set of 2 lacy Christmas tree ornaments. At first, I thought they were like Valentine's things. And they could be because, you know, they're red and white. But aren't they pretty? And they do have the red bird and Valentine's and Christmas trees and snowflakes on them, though. Then this one says snowflake cross stitch. Let it snow snowflake. Isn't that cute? That makes such a cute ornament. Okay, and next we have Christmas deer shelf. So cute. With the little pom-poms and the rickrack. Then we also have the Christmas cardinal shelf. Okay. Then we have the candy house. It says Merry Christmas. Isn't that cute? All right. Then we have Lacy Christmas tree. And it's red and white. Now you can do this any color or any two colors. But it's so pretty. All right. And then we have, I picked these out just because it was something different that you don't see. When I first started cross stitching, we did bookmarks and we did, you know, like little things, you know, cannon lids and things. But these are 4 winter bookmarks, and I thought they were so cute. And if you didn't want to make a bookmark out of them, you could make them on larger fabric and make an ornament or a small. Aren't those cute? All right, so I will link her website below. She is not an Etsy seller. Like I said, she's on Inspire Uplift. But I will link her below, and that way you can go see Marina and Victoria and see all their goods. Very pretty. Okay, next we're going to show some new Christmas designs. Okay, that are coming out. Whilst Iris naps, she has an original cross design, and it's available as a PDF. She lives in the UK. If you've not watched her Flosstube, I would suggest to watch her Flosstube also. They're very good, and I love her accent. Her patterns are beautiful. And she designs a lot of samplers too. But that's Whilst Iris Naps. Let me write down I did that because I want to make sure I give her credit. Okay, and the next one is from Plum Street Samplers. This is Paulette Stewart's pattern. Look at that big bunny and those long ears. At least I guess he's a bunny. But that's huge. Eating mistletoe. All right, and this one is also from Plum Street Samplers. It's called This Happy Morning. And, oh wait. Okay, yeah, it's This Happy Morning. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Oops. Did it again. Okay, and then one that I have is called Santa Stops Here. I bought this when I was at Dying to Stitch because she was there and she was letting us have her patterns as soon as she released them. I've not started mine yet though. And this one's Christmas on the Farm. It's Southern Stitchers Co. New design, Christmas on the Farm. And if you've not shopped with Southern Stitchers Co., they have a brick and mortar and also an online shop. So you need to check that out too. So Southern Stitchers Company or Co. She just puts Co. And I'll link that below also. All right. Then we have Yuletide Delivery. And this is from Plum Street Sampler. Isn't that neat? Santa's got places to go. And a white reindeer. Okay. All right, and then from Rami's Creations, she has a book about Christmas. It's got 8 bonus products, but it's a Joyful Christmas cross stitch book, and she shows you the cover. Then she turns the page and it says, let's get baked. Then I see something that says Christmas is not something a season, something a feeling. And But she said she really enjoyed designing this book. And her patterns are so, so pretty. So that will be something that's on my little wish list. So I'll be looking forward to doing that one. Okay. All right. We want that. All right. Now let's go to the free pattern today. All right. This one's from the Scarlett House. And what you need to do, she says, every year I like to give back all of you to all of you who've given me so much. With a grateful heart, I designed this freebie. So it says, Finn and Libby are Santa's helpers. And so she's got it in a black and white PDF on her website. And I'll link it below. She says, go to freebies, click on it, and print it off. And she says, shops can distribute it, but it's not for resale. And here's the pattern. A digital rendering. So I will be sure and link that one below so you can get that, because it's just a really cute picture. All right, so free pattern. Okay, next we've got a couple of announcements. That's for something else. Okay, you know, Laura last year had her big birthday. Well, this coming year, Brenda is going to have her big birthday, of Brenda and the Cereal Starter. So, what's her name? Let me go to that. Okay. I went out of order, so now I'm having to backtrack. Okay, here we go. Okay, so anyway, they're going to do the Penelope Tucker has organized this along with several other ladies. And so what they've done is they've gotten Tanya of the Scarlett House. She's got a cross stitch over 2, computer generated piece, and it comes in a chart pack. And there's no options for PDF charts. It's got to be a paper chart. And the stitch count is 260 by 258 or 13 by 13 if you do it on 40 count. So if you're a Ada stitcher, that would be a 20 count. So you could do it maybe on an 18, and it would be probably about 42 by 42 or something like that. Or maybe 41 by 41. So that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, not 41, excuse me. 14 by 14. I'm dyslexic today, evidently. And I'm not even dyslexic. Okay. But anyway, they're going to have linen available. And the sampler has 15 colors of 103 silk thread, with one color needing 2 skeins. Okay, they'll have conversions to DMC, NPI silk, and Alvera soie d'Alger. So they'll have all kinds of conversions in with the chart. Barry from Stitch Folk is going to be offering a limited number of commemorative project bags for this event, and she's going to make a post on Instagram and Flosstube with her details. And that's Stitch Folk. So anyway, this is going to be to celebrate Brenda's big birthday sale. It's hashtag Brenda's big birthday sale. So I'm going to show you a picture of it. It says, learn to know Christ, thou needst no more obtain. Not knowing him, all knowledge else is vain. And this is Martha Evans, age 12 years. And I do not know, it looks like Ilstrad Monic School, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm sure I just butchered that really bad. But it's a beautiful sampler. So, and it's a big one. So, I will link that below, excuse me, so you can go and find out more information about that if you're interested, because I know I do have a bunch of sampler stitchers that watch my video. What was in my water for supper? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to tell. Okay, also, here we go. Tiny Modernist has got some new designs, and they will show up in the January issue of Cross Stitcher magazine. And this is one of the pictures she posted. A biscuit new, a needle book, scissor fob. Very, very nice. And let's see. Oops, I forgot about that. Then she's got the 3 small vintage inspired cutlery stockings. So aren't those cute? You'll have them just in time for next Christmas. Yeah. So really cute. Okay, now the next thing I want to tell you about is there is a class in Berry Hill in Virginia on March the 23rd through the 26th, a retreat. And it's called Celebrate Spring. And you need to check out the registration information. It's going to be a finishing class, so you'll have pre-stitching. And it's a tray, a needle keep, and a tomato. So you'll check out salemstitches.com for registration information. And this is a sneak peek. And Cathy Haberman from Hands On Design will be there. So I'll link this below so you can check that out, because a lot of people, are all the time saying, I don't know about any retreats. Where are the retreats? Where are the classes? So as soon as I find out about them, I will be sure and post them here. All right, and the next thing I want to say is if you've never been to a Cathy Haberman class, you need to go. They are fantastic. She is a super, super wonderful finisher. She has great tutorials on her blog. And, well, not really on her blog, on her Flosstube. She has great tutorials. And her Flosstube is really good also. So be sure and watch Cathy Haberman of Hands On Design and get to see Mr. HOD. Yeah. So, that's always good too. Okay, and the next thing I want to tell you about is, okay, we're getting another linen dyer, and she opened her shop today, her online shop today, her website, and, excuse me, it's called Cedar River Linen and Design, and she dyes fabric. And I heard about her on Brenda and the Cereal Starter. Laura was talking about her and said that she'd seen her fabric in person and it was just amazing. So be sure and check that out, and I will link that below so you can go and shop since her shop is open. It opened at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so our time that would be lunch, noon. Okay, and let's see, what else do we have? Oh, yes, and then another thing, if you've never been to, okay, there's also the grand opening today for Anabellas Needlework shop, and it's in Waynesville, North Carolina. So now it will be open. She'll be closed on Sundays and Mondays, but be sure and check that out. I'm sure she's got some beautiful patterns. She's also a designer, she and her daughter. So they have patterns there too. And she carries everything from Hands Across the Sea to Primrose Cottage, Lindy Stitches, you know, just all kinds of patterns. She has fabric, notions, you know, like buttons, pins, things like that, I think she said. And then also she has, let's see, she's got quilting, cross stitch, machine embroidery, and digital embroidery. Well, that is machine embroidery and hand embroidery, and paper crafting for scrapbooking. So yeah, be sure and check that out, and I will link that below so you can find that if you're up in that area in the mountains of western North Carolina. So let's see, did I forget anything? No, for once, I don't think I forgot a thing. And I have no clue what I'm doing next week except starting more Christmas pieces for my Flossmas. So, because I need, let's see, today is the 17th. I need 8 more. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. So, I'll be kitting up things. to do, because I don't even have any more kitted up, I don't think. Or if I do, it's like, oh, I don't like this fabric, or oh, I don't like this. So yeah. So anyway, I will see you guys on Flossmas. I hope you have fun stitching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.